Okay, that was our third game. You were able to see there. We have, of course, two more to go this evening. And this coming up is a Protoss versus Zerg matchup. Should be very interesting. Legalmind Zenith versus Leenock. Do you know these guys, and what do you know about them?
Oh, I don't know so much about these two guys, actually, to be honest. If they have if it's a scenic guy, he's probably the favorite then, because they're a pretty famous team here in Korea, so I'm saying that he's the favorite then.
Okay, Protoss versus Zerg. You're a Zerg player. What are the general matchups or units that we'll probably see in this matchup?
Well, basically the Zerg is going to fast expand. The Protoss has two options. He's either going to proxy gate, and if the Zerg fast expand, the Protoss is going to probably win, or he's going to do a standard 1 gate, 2 core, 2 stock up there, and try to secure his own expansion and do a 2 base heavy gateway play, or 1 base 4 gate all in, or a 2 base Colossus play. And the Zerg is just going to try to expand and try to keep the pressure away.
Okay, let's take a look at our players. This is Legalmind Zenith. Kim Kyung-soo is his name. He is our Protoss player with the Zenith team. And Legalmind, I wonder where he gets that nickname from. You know, actually, when I hear his nickname Legalmind, I kind of look at him, and he kind of looks like Mind. You know, Park Sung-gyun, the StarCraft player, kind of reminds me of him. At first, I thought it said like Legal Mini or something, but Legalmind is his name. He is with the Zenith clan, and his opponent is going to be Leenock, or Enoch. His name is Lee Dong-myung. Leenock, his nickname, and he is a Zerg player, only 16 years old. So very young as a player. The map that he likes most is Xel'Naga Caverns, which is not on our list. And he is most confident against Terran. Unfortunately, he's playing Protoss in this particular time. So an interesting game we're going to have for him. A youngster, probably not as experienced compared to other players in this, and finds himself in a precarious situation now.
Yeah, I mean, if the young players often have very strong mechanics and fast fingers, but their understanding of the game is maybe not that great, so they will practice a lot and have some builds prepared, and then if that works, I think that you're going to see a great performance. But if something happens that he's not prepared for, I think he's going to have a rough time.
Okay. Well, the 3 maps that we're going to be using for this matchup is going to be Lost Temple, Metalopolis, and Scrap Station. And we're going to take a look at those maps right now. Let's take a look at Lost Temple. This will be our first set map. By the way, second set is going to be Metalopolis, and third set is Scrap Station. The maps that Legalmind did not want is Blistering Sands and Shakura's Plateau. The maps that Leenock did not want were Steps of War and Delta Quadrant. All right, should be an interesting match. Do you like these maps for Zerg or for Protoss? What do you think so far?
Well, Lost Temple is pretty balanced. I mean, as a Zerg player against Terran, it's pretty hard, but against Protoss, I think the matchup is pretty balanced. Metalopolis is all about the spawn positions, how far you spawn from each other, how easy it is for Zerg to secure his third, etc., etc. Scrap Station is definitely a Zerg map, but Protoss has some interesting way of dealing with that.
Okay, let's go to set 1. Over at the 8 o'clock region, we have our Protoss player, Legalmind. And at 12 o'clock, we have our blue Zerg player, Leenock. Okay, so their positions are 12 and 8. All right, Leenock is going to do some scouting, and early scout here from the Protoss probe as well.
Yeah. So, well, right now he knows that the Zerg is. He scouted the Zerg first. Actually, the Protoss is ahead because he can deny the fast expansion with the probe if he wants to, and basically keeps him from getting that economic lead that we are talking about in the previous games.
Gateway being warped in. Drone spitting at the pylon. That would never happen in Singapore, by the way. And taking a quick peek, a little bit of harassment here. And 5 probes taking out the drone there of Leenock.
It's a nice round, and you can see in the natural expansion for Zerg, he's having problems putting up his own expansion and has forced to put up a pool before his hatching, and that is all about just the spawning position. So that's a bit of luck from the Protoss side.
And touche, says Leenock as he takes out the probe of Legalmind. And both players taking out one of the work units of the other. Cybernetics core up for Legalmind. And bit of a victory, you could say that Legalmind is maybe a little bit ahead, just in that he was able to prevent Leenock from getting his expansion up at the timing that he wanted.
Definitely. I mean, if they had spawned 6 and 12 or 3 and 9, it would be a totally different game, because then the Zerg would have a hatchery before pool, he would have strong economy, he would have a faster gas, he would have a faster speed of Zerglings. Everything would be changed when it comes to the timing. So now the Zerg kind of has to adapt and try to figure out a way of getting back into the pace he wants the game to go to.
Sentry being trained by our Protoss player, Legalmind. If that happens, let's say you wanted to do a fast expand as a Zerg player, and someone prevents you from doing that. Let's say they put a pylon there, whatever, but you're forced to go spawning pool first. Does that change your strategy completely, or do you still do the same strategy but just different timing?
The timing will be a little bit off. I mean, you will get your hatchery a bit later, you will get your second queen a little bit later, you will get but you will get your Zerglings faster, right? So you have to take that in account, that when you get your Zerglings faster, you can actually make that to good use.
But you're going to try to stick with the same game plan that you had going into the game.
Basically the same unit composure. Zerg actually doesn't have that many options against any race. They have to just build units and expand. And keep map control. That's the basic idea of Zerg, and keep poking the enemy with harassing, with Zerglings, with mutas and whatnot. Because that's just how Zerg works. I mean, so basically nothing changes, just the timing is a little bit different, and he needs to be more active on the map. Probably if I was him, I would maybe make more Zerglings and go for a faster third actually in this situation.
Okay, we'll see if that is what Leenock does. A couple of Stalkers and a Sentry with a Zealot. And expanding now is Legalmind. Forge also being brought in as well. Meanwhile, second extractor for Leenock.
Actually, this is not the awful position for Zerg to be in spawning wise. When you come into the mid game, it is much easier to keep map control against the Protoss. You know at all time where it is. You just need to have a couple of overloads floating around his natural hillside, and you have the Salnago tower close to his choke point. So basically you have him contained with minimal units, so you can maybe expand once or twice pretty safely actually. So this position isn't all that bad once you come into the later stages of the game for Zerg.
Warp Gate, Legalmind, and a Spine Crawler up for Leenock. Nexus is complete for Legalmind. Spire on the way for Leenock.
It's going hallucination. That's pretty unusual, I would say. I am not a Protoss user, so I am not sure entirely what his plans are with that, but I guess to make his army look bigger or something. so it's attack. I don't know, but it's interesting. It's an unusual strategy.
Maybe tank like 4 or 6 stalkers, make it look like 16 or 17.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Force it to go a different route.
I've seen Blink research against her with Blink stalkers, but this is going to be very interesting. Oh, yeah, this is actually, I know. This is, she just hallucinated Phoenix and used it to scout. Actually, it is pretty common. I just forgot about it. But it's really smart actually, because you get a free scout, and it doesn't cost you any unit. It's like perfect.
And he loses the Phoenix, or the hallucination.
And you can see the Zerg is already secured his third right now, and that is a lot because of the locations of the spawns. So he has the Protoss kind of contained right now.
Double Stargate for Legalmind. Mutalisks on the way, 5 of them. Leenock coming in from the bottom side, and he is going to get a decent harassment for a bit before these stalkers get there. Finally forced to back off. Let's see what happens when he goes to the natural. And 3 stalkers there. Forced to retreat. So 2 Stargates. And there is the first Phoenix. Do the best he can to chase away these Mutalisks. And he does manage to get that pylon. Almost loses the Phoenix. Stalkers doing the best they can to chase those back. Finally do. More Phoenixes on the way. Oh, a big...
Also hallucination.
Oh. And taking another peek.
As you can see, he has overlords all around the base. He has the Salnago Tower. He basically has the whole map. He can expand as much as he wants pretty safely, get a huge economic lead. This is perfect play from Zerg right now, but I don't kind of approve from his unit composition. It's very weak against Stalker Phoenix play. So he needs to get some other units like Hydras, preferably. I think it's gonna be good now. And he needs to spread his creeps a lot more. I mean, this is really bad that he hasn't spread any creeps so far.
We'll see if he continues that or not. It is an aerial game right now for Leenock, whereas Legalmind, combination of both, and he's gonna get the third Phoenix. No, 2 of them.
Yeah, I mean, and he has a lot of idle units in the middle. I mean, I would send some units just to destroy the destructible rocks, the gold expansion, for taking that later on. I mean, just be more active, not just focusing. He's focusing too much on his Muta harass right now.
And Legalmind now willing to come out, taking a look. And aerial domination right now by Leenock. Legalmind being very careful about overextending. Infester in there for Leenock as well. And Infester taken out. Here come the Zerglings. Force fields put up by the sentries. Bit of a stalemate as Legalmind takes over the center.
We'll also face the fight for Zerg.
Lots of Phoenixes now as he's got his count up to try to counter the Mutalist, and here he goes into the main. Oh, a quick moment where Leenock was able to get around, and he's getting right into the main here. Phoenix is doing the best they can to defend. Zerglings trying to go after the probes. Oh, look at this total rout inside here. Oh, a complete domination. He should get the Nexus as well. Oh, what a big mistake. Legalmind just came out a little too far, and that's all the room that Leenock needed to get through. What a play here by Leenock. He saw the hole, and he ran through it. What a play, and this game is pretty much over.
Yeah, I really don't understand how the Protoss could slip up like that. I mean, he had actually a good chance of winning this game until that happened.
He had a good army. He was taking over the middle, and he just gave too much room for Leenock to get around on one side, and that has now led to this. And look at the play here by Leenock, putting those up to block. And that is just going to slow him down. GG. As Leenock takes this first set. And a great game. It was a bit of a blunder there from Legalmind. It looked like he could have done a little bit better. I mean, it certainly seemed like the game was at a bit of a stalemate, and then just at the last second, he just gave him that 1 inch of an angle to slip through, and as soon as he saw that, he's like, are you kidding me? You're going to give me that? And he just ran through.
Yeah, I think the both players didn't play that great that game, to be honest. I mean, the unit composition of the Zerg was bad. He didn't spread out his creep, but he got the job done. I mean, he found an opening, and he just went for it and won the game, but I mean, if this Protoss had been a little bit more patient, maybe attacked sooner as well than he did, he could have taken the third easily, because the Zerg really had no army to stop him as long as he had the Silos and the Stalkers and the Phoenixes together.
Well, I think this game was certainly a game of opportunity, and it was Leenock who saw the opportunity, took advantage of it, and took the win. So set number 1 goes to Leenock, our Zerg player. We're going to go to set number 2 in a moment as well, as we are set. So let's go to set number 2.